Hello O-level students. Now I'm going to do O-level 2020 exam paper held in March 2021, paper 1 now. You get 2 hours for this paper. 2 parts are there, part A and part B. So in part A, you get 25 short questions and each question worth 2 marks. And part 2, you get 5 long questions and you have to answer all the questions. Each question worth 10 marks there. And blanks are there. So here in this paper, you can give all your answers in the space provided. And here part A, you get questions 1 to 7. Then you get questions 8 to 13. Then 14 to 19. 20 to 25. And then you get part B. Part B, you have to answer all 5 questions. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4. And then question number 5. Let's do this paper now. Let's take question number 1. The bill for the monthly phone usage of a household is 1,500 rupees. 180 rupees is added to this as VAT. Accordingly, find the percentage that is charged as VAT. So, what is the amount paid for VAT? 180 rupees for 1,500. So, you divide by 1,500 to find the percentage, you multiply by 100%. So, 2 zeros get cancelled out here, 15 and 180. 15 times 1, 15, 3 remaining, 30, 15 times 2. So, 12% is the percentage of VAT. You don't have to write anything because these are short questions and you get only 2 marks. 2 marks and within 2 minutes you have to do. So, percentage VAT is 12%. Get 2 marks. Question number 2. Find the value of x according to the information given in the figure. These two lengths are equal, isosceles. So, this is also isosceles. Now, we can say x and 110. It's a straight angle. So, x is equal to 180 minus 110. 70 degrees. 2 marks. Question number 3. Solve. Algebraic fractions, subtraction. So, what you do first? Find the lowest common multiple and convert to the same denominator, 3x. Convert now, multiply this by 3. 3 times 1, 3. This one you write as it is. So, you get 2 over 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 over 3x equals 2 over 3. Then you can cross multiply and say 6 equals 6x. Divide by 6. X equals 1. X equals 1. So, you get 2 marks there. Question number 4. It has been estimated that 4 men will take 6 days to complete a certain task. So, if we can write down 4 men take 6 days. So, how many man days required to complete the work? 4 times 6, 24 man days required. If 2 more men joined this group after they had worked for 3 days. So, first they worked for 3 days. Then how many man days completed? 4 times 3, 12. So, the remaining number of man days is 12. But now how many men are there? 2 more men join. So altogether 6 men are there. So how many days needed? Total 12 man days divided by 6, 2 days. So it says how many more days can this task be completed? 2 days. Two marks. Question number 5. In the figure, ABC is a right angle triangle. Find the value of x according to the given information. So we can use Pythagoras theorem. 8 squared and 6 squared. The sum is equal to the hypotenuse squared. So what is the total length of AC? X plus 7. Can you square it? 8 squared 64. 6 squared 36. This one you get x plus 7 squared. No need to expand. 64 plus 36 you get 100. And what's 100? What's the square term for 100? 10 squared. Here you can write either minus or plus, but we need a positive answer because x is a length, so that's why we took only plus 10. So when you take square root both sides, you get x plus 7 is 10. X becomes 10 minus 7, 3 centimeters. You get 2 marks for that. 1 mark normally for the method and 1 mark for the final answer. Find the least common multiple of the following expressions: 3x, 2xy and 4y squared. 3x, 3 times x. 2xy, 2 into x into y. 4, how can you write as base 2? 2 to the power 2. Now to find out the lowest common multiple, you take the highest power of all factors. 2 to the power 2. 3 only, maximum power is 1. X is just power 1 and y you have power 2. That's the maximum. Then what's the answer? 2 to the power 2 is 4. 4 times 3, 12. X, y squared. So you get 2 marks. 1 mark for identifying factors and 1 mark for the lowest common multiple. Question number 7. Information relevant to the motion of an object traveling at a uniform speed is shown below. Find the speed of the object in meters per second. So how you find out the speed? According to the formula, can you remember? Speed, time and distance relationship. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. So we can take any combination. So we'll take 8 and 4. When the distance is 8, the time is 4. So you get 8 divided by 4, that's 2. What's the unit? Meters per second. Find the time the object takes to travel 22 meters at this speed. Same speed and the distance is given. So what's the time? Time is equal to distance over speed. Distance is given 22 meters. Speed is 2 meters per second. When you divide, you get 11. 22 divided by 2 is 11 seconds. So you get 1 mark each. Question number 8. Shade the regions that represent A dash intersection B in the given Venn diagram. So, if you can't figure out, we can put letters and see. We need A dash. So, first write A. A means B and C. So, A dash means outside B and C, you get A and D. What's B? B is C and D. Now, common one, A intersection, A dash intersection B means only the common one. D is common. So, we have to shade only the D part. So, we get this part. So, that's A dash intersection B. This part. So, you get 2 marks for identifying the correct region. Question number 9. The center of the circle shown in the figure is O. So, this is the center. Find the value of x according to the given information. So, this becomes the diameter. And this is given 30. We know this angle is 90 degrees. Because semicircle angles are 90 degrees. So, that becomes, so this is 30, this is 90. What is this angle? 60 degrees. 90 minus 30. We need to find out this angle. What can you say about this angle and this angle? This is same segment angles. This and this same segment angles. So, straight away x is 60. Same segment angles. You can show all the information on the diagram itself. Mark everything and write down the value. You get full marks. Question number 10. If log A base B equals C, underline the correct statement from the following statements. So, you have to get rid of this log notation. You have to write in index notation. So, think about this one. 10 squared is 100. That means log 10 base 100 is 2. So, 10 squared is 100. So, you have to think about that. A to the power C is equal to B. So, which one is correct? So, the second one is correct. You get 2 marks. Question number 11. Simplify. So, algebraic fractions multiplication. So, 3x over y into 5y squared over 6x. So, you can write this one as these two in the numerator and this one is in the denominator. Now, cross out the common ones. X get cancelled out. 3 with this, 3 with 2. 3 times 2, 6. 1y get cancelled out. So, what's remaining? 5y remaining from the numerator and 2 from the denominator. So, 5y over 2. So, you get 2 marks for that. Question number 12. A portion of the group frequency distribution is shown here for the interval 11 to 15. Write the upper class limit of this one. So, there's a gap in between the numbers in the interval. So, that means class limits are there. So, what's the upper class limit of this interval 11 to 15? That's just 15. You can write just 15. Lower class boundary. Boundaries are different. So, how you find boundaries from limits, class limits? You add these two and divide by 2. 10 and 11, You add it and divide by 2. You get 10.5 is the lower boundary, lower class boundary. If you want higher boundary, you take 15.5. So 1 mark each you are getting. Question number 13. In the parallelogram ABCD, AB is 12 centimeters. That means this is also 12 centimeters. Opposite sides are equal. And the area of the triangle BCD is 48. Find the length of AP. If you know the area, now here, this is a parallelogram. Both two lines are parallel. And this triangle is in between the same two parallel lines, and CD is the base. So we know BCD area. So what's the area of the parallelogram? Double of that. So according to the theorem, the area of the parallelogram is 2 times the area of the triangle with the same base and in between two parallel lines. So 2 times 48. That means 96 square centimeters. Now we need to find AP. So what's the area of the parallelogram? 96 centimeters squared is equal to the base 12 into AP. So what's AP then? 96 divided by 12. You get 8 centimeters is the length of AP. So you get 2 marks. Question number 14. AB is a vertical post located on a level ground and P and Q are 2 points on the level ground as shown in the figure. The top B of the post AB when observed from Q is seen with an angle of elevation 70. So when you observe Q with A, the angle of elevation is given 70 degrees. When observed from B, the point P is seen with an angle of depression of 50 degrees. When you draw the horizontal line, angle of depression means this is 50. Or you can mark this is same as this. So this is 50. Represent this information in the figure. So that's what you have to show. So you get 2 marks showing angle 70 and 50, 1 mark each. Question number 15. Find the third term of the geometric progression with first term 6 and second term minus 12. What's the second term of a geometric progression? A, R. A is the first term, R is the common ratio. That's equal to minus 12. First term is given 6. 6R is minus 12. Divide this by 6. You get R equals minus 2. Minus 12 divided by 6. You know R. You know the first term. What's the third term? AR squared. A is 6. R is minus 2 to the power 2. 4 times 6, 24 is the third term. So you get 2 marks. Question number 16. Q is the midpoint of the side AC of the triangle ABC shown in the figure. AQP and QCB is 90 degrees, already marked. Name an angle equal to APQ. This one. Now we can see these two angles are equal, means corresponding angles are equal. PQ is parallel to BC. And if the lines are parallel, this angle is equal to this angle, corresponding angle. So you can say ABC angle is equal to APQ, or PBC is the same as ABC. If PQ is 4 centimeters, PQ is 4 centimeters, find the length of BC. According to converse midpoint theorem, what can you say? Q is the midpoint. We know AQ equals QC, and the two lines are parallel. PQ parallel to BC. Then according to converse midpoint theorem, converse midpoint theorem, you don't need to write down everything, just to explain. Midpoint theorem, we can say AP is equal to PB, as well as PQ length is half of BC, according to the converse midpoint theorem. Then if you know PQ is 4 centimeters, what's BC? Length BC, you have to multiply this by 2. 2 times 4, 8 centimeters. So BC becomes double of that, 8 centimeters. So you get 2 marks there. Question number 17. A right prism with a right triangular cross section is shown in the figure A. So this is the figure A. Select and underline the figure which is not the shape of a face of the prism. Not a shape. So what are the shapes there? You get triangles and rectangles. So you get triangles and rectangles, but not the parallelogram. So you can underline this one. So not the parallelogram. So you get 2 marks. Question number 18. One factor of the expression 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 is equal to x plus 1. We need to find out the other factor. So this is a quadratic one. X is there. How you get 2x squared from x? You have to multiply by 2x. 2x into x, 2x squared. Then look at the last one. You need to get 1. 1 is there, so this should be 1. And all the terms are positive, plus sign. So this should be plus. Now check. 2x squared, x plus 2x becomes 3x, and then plus 1. So the other factor is 2x plus 1. You get 2 marks. Question number 19. A circle with center O is shown in the figure. Find the magnitudes of the following angles according to the given information. A, B, C. This angle. So you have to turn the diagram and see. This is the angle subtended on the circumference, and this is the angle subtended at the center. So what's the relationship? This angle is half of that. So straight away you can say ABC angle is 240 divided by 2. 120 degrees. Then ADC, this angle. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Opposite angles add up to 180. So you can say ADC is equal to 180 minus ABC. That's 120. 20 because the sum is 180. So you get 60 degrees. So 1 mark each. Question number 20. Find the gradient and intercept of the straight line which passes through the points 0, 2 and 5, 2. 0, 2. When x equals 0, the y value is 2 is y-intercept is 2. Then what is the gradient? How you find out the gradient? Gradient is equal to, what's the equation? Difference between y coordinates over difference between x coordinates. You can take any point first. So 2 minus 2 and you can say 2 minus 2. We'll take this side, 5, 2 first, then 5 minus 0. 2 minus 2 and 5 minus 0. So you get 0 divided by 5. 0 divided by any number is 0. So the gradient is 0 and the intercept is 2. You get 1 mark each. Question number 21. The digits 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 have been written on the 6th side of a balanced die. Find the probability of a side with a prime number written on it falling face up when this die is rolled. So prime numbers, what are prime numbers? What are prime numbers? 2 and 3. Then how many sides you get 2 and 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides you are getting prime numbers. So what's the probability of getting a prime number? There are 4 sides. There are 4 sides out of 6. 4 over 6. So divide this by 2. You get 2 over 3. So 2 marks for that. Question number 22. The points P, Q, R and S, P, Q, R and S lie on the circle with center O. The side SR has been produced to T and POM is a straight line. Find the value of Y according to the information in the figure. Value of Y. So you need to find out this value. What can you say about this angle? This is the exterior angle and we know according to the theorem, exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the opposite interior angle. So if this is 80, this whole angle is 80. Now what can you say about this angle? This is the line from the center to the midpoint of the chord. M is the midpoint. So this is 90 degrees perpendicular to the chord. So this is 90, this is 55. What is this angle? 90 minus 55. You get 35 degrees. So this is 35. So easily you can find out the Y value. Y angle is 80 minus 35. 45 degrees is the Y value. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 23. The arc length of the sectors of circles shown in the figure A and B are equal. Find the value of R. The arc lengths are equal. So that means this length is equal to this length. So we can equate. How you find out this arc length? Angle is 45. 45 over 316 to 2 pi r. 2 into pi into radius is r. That's equal to, what's the angle there? 90 over 360, 90 degrees, and 2 pi r. 2 into pi into r is 7. Now both are equal means you can equate. Now cross out the common ones. 360 is common, and then 45r is equal to 90 times 7. So what's r? 90 into 7 divided by 45. So 45 times 2, 2 times 7. What's 2 times 7? You get 14. 14 centimeters is the r value. So 2 marks for that question. Question number 24. Find the value of x and then find the value of y. Two matrices, the addition is equal to that, to the third one. So when you are adding, we know that we can only add when the two matrices with equal size. 3 rows and 2 columns. So 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 2. So when you are adding, what happens here? You can add corresponding elements. 1 with 3, you get 4. Minus 1 with 4, 4 minus 1, you get 3. 0 with 1, that's 1. 2 with minus 1, 2 minus 1, you are getting 1 here. Minus 1 with 0, minus 1. 1 and y, that's 1 plus y. So this is equal to this one. Now look at these two matrices. You can compare this one with this one. So what's the x value? X value becomes 1. Now you can compare these two. X is equal to 1 plus y. But we found x value is 1. 1 is 1 plus y. So what is the y value? 1 minus 1, that's 0. So x equals 1 and y equals 0. So you get 1 mark each. Question number 25. The figure shows an incomplete sketch of a construction done to find the point P, which is 5 centimeters from the straight line AB and equidistance from the points A and B. Complete the sketch indicating how the location of the point P is found. So what are the 4 loci points you need to know? Equidistance from a point, that's a circle. Then equidistance from 2 points is the perpendicular bisector. And equidistance from 2 lines is the angle bisector. And equidistance to a line is a parallel line above and below. Now already given, this is 5 centimeters away. Now already done this side. If you want, you can draw the other side. But in this question, they are only checking the other one. So if nothing given, you need to draw the other 5 centimeter line as well. So here, equidistance to AB, you can draw this line as well, 5 centimeters away from this. 5 centimeters away from this. And then how you find out the perpendicular bisector? Equidistance to 2 points. So you have to find the perpendicular bisector. So what you do, you take the compass, keep it here, and you can draw an arc above and Take the same length and draw the other arc. Do the same thing to this side. And you need to join the two intersecting points. That's the perpendicular bisector, and these two lengths are equal. So where's the point P? Point P is on this perpendicular bisector as well as on this line. So here we can mark this one P. So if you want, you can take this point as well. Either this or this if you are taking the other side as well. But in this question, you need only one side there. No need to draw the two parallel lines. So you get 2 marks there. Perpendicular bisector 1 mark and marking the P 1 mark. So that's the last question in part A. So we did 25 short questions and each question worth 2 marks. So we gave 50 marks for part A. Now we'll try to do part B. First question in part B is about fractions. So you get 3 parts there. A container of 5-liter capacity was completely filled with a soft drink. 3/10 of this amount was used to serve drinks. What fraction of the capacity of the container was the amount of soft drink remaining after using a portion to serve drinks? So 3/10 used. So what's the remaining portion? 1 minus 3 over 10. That's 1, you can write 10 over 10 minus 3 over 10. That becomes 7 over 10. Part 2, 5 over 7 of the soft drinks remaining in the container was poured into a bottle. What fraction of the capacity of the container was the amount of soft drinks left in the container after that? So poured 5/7 of the remaining part. So you need the leftover. So you can multiply by 2 sevens, not 5 over 7. So what is the amount of soft drinks left? 7 over 10 is remaining. From that, 2 sevens. 1, 1 and 5. 1/5. 1/5 left in the container after that. So let's give marks. 2 marks here and 1/5. You get 4 marks. So 2 and 4, 6 marks. Let's do the next one. Now more soft drink was added to the amount of soft drink in the container until the amount in the container was exactly half the capacity of the container. What it means? Now think about this is the container. So filling up to the level half of that, but now we know this is only filled 1/5. Express. Now they want the amount in the container was exactly half of the capacity of the container. So we need to find out the amount of water we need to fill to get half of the container. So first we'll find out what's the difference here. Half minus 1 over 5. That means take the common denominator 10. Convert this, you multiply by 5. Here you need to multiply this by 2. 3/10. So you have to pour 3/10 of soft drinks to that. So express the amount of soft drink poured into the container in liters. So what is the capacity of this? It says A container of 5-liter capacity was completely filled with a soft drink. 5-liter capacity. So this whole thing is 5 liters. So 3/10 of 5 liters. So the amount of drinks, soft drinks, 3/10 of 5 liters. 5 times 1, 5 times 2. 3/2. That means 1.5 liters of soft drinks you need to fill half of the container. So that's the answer. How many marks? You are getting another 4 marks. So getting the fraction 2 marks here and finding the value here 2 marks. So we gave earlier 6 and this 4, 10 marks for the first question. Question number 2 is about area. The figure shows a flower bed consisting of a semicircular part of radius 14 meters. This part is 14 given. Adjoining a rectangular parts outside the flower bed. Take the value of pi as 22/7. Find the length of BC of the rectangular part of the flower bed. This length. We know this is 14, this is 14. And 7 is there. So what is BC length? 28 is the total length. That is this part. You subtract 7 and 7, 14 there. So you get 14 meters is the BC length. 1 mark. Part 2, find the area of the semicircular part of the flower bed. Area of the semicircular part, that's pi r squared divided by 2. Pi, we can take 22/7. Radius is 14. 14 into 14. 7 times 2. So we can do 11 here. I can take 22, 11 times 2. That 2 here, 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 14. 4 times 4, 16. And 1 remaining. 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5. Because I can easily multiply 56 by 11. So 5 and 6 you separate it out. And 6 plus 5, 11. 1 here and you have to add 1 there. So 616 square meters is the area of the circle. We forgot to divide this by 2. So you have to divide this by 2. 308 square meters. If the area of the semicircular part is equal to the sum of the areas of the two parts in which pebbles have been scattered, these two areas, find the length AB of the rectangular part. So we'll take one side. Area of one side is AB into 7. The width is 7. Multiplied by 2, that's the total area, that's equal to area of the semicircular part, that's 308. AB becomes 308 divided by 7 times 2, 14 here. Divide 14 times 2, 28 and 2 remaining and again 2. 22 meters. So how many marks? You get 2 marks for finding area of the semicircular part and 2 marks for finding AB length. Part 4, find the perimeter of the whole flower bed and then find the length of a rectangle that has the same perimeter as the flower bed and breadth equal to the diameter of the semicircle. So let's find out the perimeter of this flower bed. This is the perimeter. You need to add all these lengths. So perimeter becomes BC, we found 14. BC 14. And this height AB, previous part, 22. And another 22. And 7 and 7. 14. And then you have to add the arc length. Arc length is half into 2 pi r. 2 into pi, 22 over 7. Radius is 14. 2 times 7, 14. Get cancel out this 14. Then what are the numbers you have? 14 and 14, 28. 22 and 22, 44. And this one, another 44. When you add it, you get 116 meters is the perimeter of this flower bed. Then you are asked if there is a rectangle with the same perimeter as the flower bed and the breadth is equal to the diameter of the circle. Radius is 14, diameter becomes 28. So this is 28, this is 28. And we need to find out the length. So what's the formula to find out the perimeter of a rectangle? P equals 2 times L plus B. Now perimeter is 116. When you divide by 2, you get the length and the breadth. Sum of the two values. You get 2 times 5 and 8 is equal to length plus breadth is 28. So what is length? 58 minus 28. 30 meters is the length of that rectangle. So let's give marks. 3 marks for finding the perimeter. And then 2 marks for finding the length of the rectangle. So 3 plus 2, 5. And here 4, 9. And 1 mark, that's 10. Let's do question number 3. It's about percentage question. So 3 parts are there. A certain urban council charges 12% of the annual assessed value as annual rates. The annual assessed value of the house Kamal owns is 15,000 rupees. How much does he have to pay as annual rates? 12% of that. So the rates are 12%, 12 over 100 into 15,000. 2 zeros get cancelled out. 12 times 0, 0. 12 times 5, 60. 6 remaining. 12 times 1, 12 plus 6, 18. So 1,800 rupees as rates. So how many marks for this step? Just 2 marks. Part 2. Kamal rents his house out for a year for a monthly rent of 9,000 rupees and receive the total rent as a single payment. Find the amount that remains after Kamal pays the annual rates and spends 8,200 rupees on maintenance. So what is the total rent? Monthly rent is 9,000. For the year, that's times it by 12. 3 zeros. 9 times 2, 18. 9 times 1, 9 plus 1, 10. So total value is 108,000 rupees. Then he spent for rates, that's 1,800, and the maintenance cost 8,200. The amount spent 8,200 for maintenance cost and 1,800 for the rates. 10,000 he spent. So what is the remaining amount? So remaining is just subtract the 2. Remaining amount 108,000 minus 10,000. 0,008, and this is 98,000 rupees. How many marks for this one? 2 marks for finding this value and 2 marks here. 4 marks for that part. Now let's take the last part. Kamal invests the remaining amount to buy shares of a company of which the price of a share is 40 rupees. If he receives dividends of 7,350 rupees at the end of a year, how much does the company pay as annual dividends for a share? So we need to first find out number of shares he bought. So the invested amount is the remaining amount, 98,000. So first we can find out number of shares. He bought 98,000 invested and each share worth 40 rupees. 4 times 2, 4 times 4, 16, and for 10, 5. 2,450 shares. Then the dividend, he receives dividend of 7,350 rupees at the end of a year. So the total is that, number of shares is that when you divide those two values, you get the dividend value for a share. Dividend per share. You are dividing by number of shares. So the total 7,350 divided by 2,450. 0 get cancelled out. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 4, 12 plus 1, 13. And 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So this is 3 times that. So 3 rupees is the dividend value per share. So for that one, you are getting 2 marks for finding number of shares and 2 marks for the final answer. So we gave all 10 marks there. 2, 2, 4 and 4, 8 and 2, 10 marks for that question. Let's do question number 4. That's about probability. In a children's party, a game of drawing a ball randomly from the bag of balls and without replacing, so not putting it back, drawing another ball randomly was played. In the bag were 2 balls, R1 and R2, 2 red ones, and a blue ball, that's B, a yellow ball, that's Y, and a green ball, that's G, that were identical. Mark the sample space relevant to the above game in the given grid using the symbol X. So this is the first draw and this is the second draw. Can you get the same one? No, because this is not replacing. So when this is R1, you can get R2 B by G. But if it's R2, you can't get R2 again. B with R1, R2, but you can't get B. Y with Y, you can't get. G with G, you can't get. All the other possibilities you can get. Now, how many outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 20 outcomes are there. So, how many marks for that part? You are getting just 1 mark. Now the next part, to win the game, it was required to first draw either a blue ball or a yellow ball and then draw a red ball. In the grid, encircle the event of a child winning the game and find its probability. Blue ball or yellow, blue or yellow, but the second one should be red. So this should be the appropriate region. So what's the probability? So we know the total is 20 and how many outcomes you can get to win the prize? So here 4 outcomes are there. So what's the probability? Probability to win the game, 4 outcomes out of 20. So 4 over 20, so 4 divided by 20, you get 1 over 5. So 1 over 5 is the answer. So how many marks there? You are getting 3 marks. So how you get 3 marks? 2 marks for finding the probability and 1 mark for drawing the circle or encircle. Let's take part B. A factory uses 2 types of machines A and B to produce a certain type of a toy. 2/5 of the total number of toys produced by machine A. So 2/5 is machine A, while the rest is produced by machine B. The probability of a toy produced by machine A being defective is 1 over 16 and the probability of a toy produced by machine B being defective is 1 over 36. Using the above information, extend the incomplete tree diagram given below and include the relevant probabilities. And you are asked to find this probability. Let's do that. You can first find out the probability for machine B. If it's 2/5, what's the value here? This is 3/5. And you can extend this. So what are the 2 possibilities? You can get a defective or not defective. So what's the probability of getting a defective one in machine A? 1 over 16 and here 1 over 36 here. So how you find out the other probability? Subtract from 1. So this becomes 15 over 16 and this is 35 over 36. So that's the tree diagram. So let's see how many marks for that part. So altogether 3 marks you are getting for the full diagram. Part 2, find the probability of a toy produced by the factory being without defect. So that means this branch getting not defective one or this branch. So if it's machine A, 2/5 into 15 over 16. Or means addition in probability. Or from machine B, this can be 3/5 into 35 over 36. Simplify this. 5 times 1, 5 times 3. 2 times 1, 2 times 8. 5 times 1 and 5 times 3 here. 3 times 1, 3 times 12. 3 over 8 plus 7 over 12. What's the lowest common multiple of 8 and 12? That's 24. Multiply this by 3. 3 times 3, 9. Here you have to multiply this by 2. 2 times 7, 14. Now add it. 23 over 24. That's the probability of a toy produced by a factory being without defect. 3 marks you are getting for this one. So 3, 6, and here 3. So 9 and then 1, 10 marks for the whole question. Let's take the last question. An incomplete frequency distribution showing information on the mark obtained for a test by 40 students in a class from a practical test of 60 marks is given below. Fill in the blanks in the table. So you can use the cumulative frequency and frequency to fill these two gaps. 3 is there. So the cumulative is 8. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus something is 14. So 14 is there. So 14 minus 8 you get here. So 8 plus 6 is 14. Then how you find out this value? 22 plus 12 is this answer. So that's 34. And 34 plus 6 is 40. So those are the two values, and then draw the cumulative frequency curve in the given coordinate plane. So marks and cumulative frequency given. So what we do, we take the highest value, highest boundary, 10 with 3. And then 20 with 8. 30 with 14. 40 with 22. 50 with 34. And 60 with 40. And now you can mark the lowest boundary, that's 0. So you have to smoothly connect these points. So you have to smoothly connect all the points. So that's the cumulative frequency curve. So how many marks for those two? 6 and 34, you get 2 marks. And for the graph, you get 4 marks. Now we'll answer the questions using the cumulative frequency curve. Using the curve, if a prize is given to the students who obtain more than 45 marks, find how many students will be selected for it. 45. More than 45. So here we have to draw a line along 45 and see what's this value. You have to read this value. What's this value? 28. So this value is 28. So we need number of students who are getting this prize. So that means more than this mark. 40 minus 28. 12 students are getting the prize. Then second part, find the interquartile range. Interquartile range means difference between third quartile and first quartile. 40 is there, 40, 1/4 is the first quartile. That means 10th one. You draw a line along 10 and refer the value. So that's this, 23. So Q1 is 23. Q3, 3/4 of 40. 30th one. You draw a line along 30 and read the value. That's 46. So Q3 is 46. Now what's the interquartile range? You can substitute here. Q3 is 46 minus 23. You get 23 is the interquartile range. So let's see. You get 2 marks for finding this value 12, and here to find out the interquartile range you get 2 marks. 1 mark for finding Q1 and Q3 and 1 mark for finding interquartile range. So here you can get marks plus or minus 1. My diagram is not clear. So you can get here 24 and 47. And when you take the difference, you get the same value, 23. So 4 marks here, and 4, 8 plus 2, 10 marks. So that's the last question in paper 1. So make sure that you do all 25 questions in part A and 5 questions in part B, and then watch my video to check your answers.